Good morning, respected guests, esteemed colleagues, dear students, and my friends. I'm thrilled to welcome you all to this exciting event. But before that, I would like to give a short introduction on IEC. In the year 2018, the Ministry of Education (MOE), through MOE's Innovation Cell (MIC), launched the Institutions Innovation Council (IIC) program in collaboration with AICTE for higher education institutions (HEIs) to systematically foster the culture of innovation and startup ecosystem in education institutions. Primarily, IIC's role is to engage many faculty, students, and staff in various innovation and entrepreneurship related activities such as ideation, problem solving, proof of concept, development, design thinking, IPR, project handling, and management of pre-incubation, incubation stage, etc. So this innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem gets established and stabilized in HEIs. The IIC model is designed to address the existing challenges, issues in HEIs such as fewer numbers, occasional and unplanned innovation and entrepreneurship. That is INE. Activities organized in HEIs with low involvement of top leadership, lack of coherence and absence of synergy. In resource mobilization, deployment and underutilization of creative potentials of youth as the major barrier for vibrant INE ecosystem to merge with HEIs. Now I would like to introduce our education institute, Lingyas Vidyapeeth. Lingyas Vidyapeeth is a renowned education institution dedicated to nurturing young minds and empowering them with knowledge, skill, and value. Established in the year 1998, our institution has a rich history of academic excellence and a commitment to foster holistic development in students. Saying that we focus on our students' overall development without creating a balance of providing them with equal opportunities in both academic and non-academic domains would be defeating the entire purpose. So good thing that to strengthen the pillar of our academic domain, we don't just have to have a continuously updating curriculum, but also highly qualified and experienced faculty members who firmly believe in knowledge creation and dissemination. Lastly, I am very honored to be speaking with you all today about research proposal and development led by the esteemed Miss Aditi Arora. This seminar is a valuable opportunity for us to explore the intricacies of crafting a compelling research proposal. Miss Aditi Arora's expertise will guide us through the nuances of research proposal development. Let's take advantage of this opportunity to learn, ask questions, and refine our skill. Kindly have a huge round of clap for Miss Aditi Arora. Thank you.
What are the parameters that need to be taken care of? How do we make others a part of our research? And if there are certain areas which are really of those domain in which we need to carry out extensive surveys of everything, then what are the areas or agencies through which we can generate funds, and to get those funds, what is the formal documentation which we need to present. So that is the research proposal. So how do we go about writing a research proposal so that our proposal is understood by the authorities whom we are presenting, and we get the maximum benefit in terms of either grants which are monetary or in terms of grants which are non-monetary. That is, either we get some expertise inputs from them or we get some monetary benefits. So moving forward, why we are interested in research, what is a research, what are its characteristics, and how do we finally formulate a research proposal. So, why research? All progress is born out of inquiry. Doubt is often better than overconfidence, for it leads to inquiry, and inquiry leads to invention. If Newton had not thought of why the apple is falling from the tree, we would have never discovered what gravity is. So man has been developed, or the brain of the man is being designed in such a fashion that we always tend to question. So the more we question, the more we are able to find answers and opportunities and options to contribute to areas which are for better good. But if we don't question and we accept whatever is served to us on the plate, then we are no good than animals. So when we are provided with an inquisitive mind and brain to think and question, we should always use it. What is the motivation behind doing a research, or why do we do research? Firstly, the main objective of many people who do research is to get a research degree. Then there are many people who have the desire to face challenges and find solution to those challenges. There are many people who are very inquisitive in picking up various issues which they face in their daily life, and they want to seek answers to those issues. So they try to do research in those areas. Many people get joy in doing intellectual work, so then they carry out the research. Many people think that it is their duty to serve the society or to do something good for the common public at large. So in that case, they do research to come up with solutions which are helpful for the greater good. So when we look at research, the word itself is composed of two words. One is re and the other is search. So it is like we are looking into an area again. We have a lot of information available to us, and we are re-looking into that information either to find solutions to our questions, or to find out that yes, there is a gap which has not been addressed, and we will be addressing that gap. So re is again, or a new, or again we are looking into. So we are carefully, systematically, patiently studying and investigating in some field of knowledge, undertaking to establish facts or certain principles. Research is a scientific application of, or a scientific method of finding a solution to a certain problem. In this process, we collect and logically analyze the information and data which is related to our domain or research field area. Then when we look at what are the various characteristics of research, so our research should be unbiased, it should be systematic, it should be verifiable, and it should be organized. Unbiased, see, when we are talking about any area or we are trying to address any issue, which is either we are trying to find a solution to a problem or there is no problem and we are trying to praise the qualities of certain area. So in that case, our research should be unbiased, which means that we should not involve our personal preferences in collecting information regarding that knowledge area. Then systematic. Research is a scientific process of getting answers. So until and unless there is a system which we adopt to collect information, to process that information and then to come to conclusions, then it is not research. So as rightly said before, we are searching again, researching something which is already available to us. But again, this time our lens through which we are trying to investigate into the knowledge domain is slightly different. Then our research should be verifiable. Verifiable means the research methods and findings are presented to the professional community for other researchers to analyze, confirm and reject them. So whatever I have found out through my research by being unbiased and adopting a systematic process, I will present my work or whatever information I have gathered and analyzed to the people who are expert in those domains. So my work should be presented in such a manner that it is understood by the public at large as well as it is understood to the experts whom I am presenting, and they are able to confirm, that is either they accept whatever information or conclusion that I have drawn from my research or they are ready to reject that conclusion that I have drawn. So either they say that whatever you are concluding or whatever your findings are, they are correct and we accept those, or they say that whatever you have done, you have gone wrong, or whatever facts you are producing, they are not correct. So they will reject my research. Next is organized. A structure or method is going about doing research. It is planned procedure, not a spontaneous one. It is focused and limited to a specific scope. So when I am trying to do a research in any area of my interest, I have to plan a structure. What are the various steps that I will follow to conduct a research? For example, I want to prepare tea. So there is a proper procedure. I need certain ingredients. Then when I have all the ingredients, there is a process. I have to follow each step one by one. Only then in the end I will get a product. That is tea. Suppose if I not follow the steps in the correct sequence, then the product will not be what is desired. So there is an organized structure that needs to be followed. There are certain laid down parameters, processes, or you can say analyzing tools that need to be adopted to get the result in a systematic manner. So research is recognition of information needs, effective decision making, systematic and objective, exclude, disseminate information, analysis of information, recommendations for what all actions need to be taken from all the information that I have gathered, analyzed. So what I recommend, मेरे पास सारी information है, अब उस information से मैं क्या करूँ? What I have all the ingredients, what dish I need to prepare. So what are my recommendations? Collection of information and how helpful is that information for managing the society. is a research proposal? Suppose I want to do some research or some investigation in a particular area. I can talk about it to one person, I can talk about it to a group of people. But how do I populate what my intention is to the society or to the people who are experts in that domain? So for that, I have to prepare a document. I have to document my ideas. I have to put them in a proper structure and present my entire information to them, so that either they can suggest me that there needs to be more work that needs to be done, you need to more dwell and again research into the information that is available and then strengthen your proposal, or they can recommend that yes, this is the need of the hour and you need to go ahead with your research, because whatever findings or results that you come up with, we can use those findings for some kind of development. So research proposal is a vital tool that can help scholars and university students. It helps us either to complete a dissertation or to receive funds for the project or to fulfill our course requirements. It outlines the importance of your inquiry and summarizes how you plan to investigate your research problem. It is a highly structured document that describes your study topic and explains how you plan to investigate. It typically provides an in-depth analysis of the theories that support your hypothesis, which is a projected answer to this inquiry. Now, to do a research, what is the idea which instigates me to carry out a research? Suppose my idea is why all vehicles have a circular wheel. So, wheel can be either rectangular or it can be triangular. So, I come up with a proposal that why can't wheels be triangular in shape? So this is my proposal, or this is my idea which I want to investigate, that why can't wheels be triangular in shape? So this is my hypothesis which I come up with, that wheels are triangular in shape. And then I try to gather information regarding this. What is a wheel? When it started, when it was invented, what are the various stages in which the wheel was invented, कौन सा material use हुआ था, how the design of the wheel has evolved over a period of time, then how we have come up to the current design of the wheel, then what are the various reasons for the current design, how much modification can be made in that design. So all this is my background study, or you can say the literature which I need to gather to come up with an answer that wheels can be triangular in shape. So what is the purpose of the research? Applying, why I want to do research? If I am applying for a post of a researcher in some university, or whether I want to I have an idea and I want to develop a prototype for it, and I am not so much financially strong. I want funds from an external agency to get my idea executed and a prototype built, so that I can get it patented or I can get it executed, and later on I can generate funds or income from that. So for that I need a research proposal, I need a funding agency. So for the funding agency to understand my idea and intent behind my research, I need to prepare a research proposal. Then demonstrating your knowledge of an academic field and how you are able to conduct a research in that area. Next is asserting that your research topic can benefit a local community or wider society. So suppose I face problems, I pick up any example, like there are a lot of potholes on the roads. So I want to come up with a solution such that why can't we make roads of such a material in which when potholes are generated due to waterlogging, the material should be regenerated and after a certain period of time, the pothole should repair itself automatically. So if I come up with a solution and I am able to execute my idea, so this solution will help the local community and the wider society. Next is how to write a research proposal. So again, when we take up the example of why wheels cannot be triangular, so my research proposal is that I want the design of the wheel to be triangular instead of circular. So to present this idea or to come up with a solution and recommendations whether this is possible or not, to prove my hypothesis, I need to prepare a research proposal. So how I go about writing this research proposal? So first is I should have a title page for my proposal. Like when we prepare different kinds of reports or documents, there is a title page attached to it. Then secondly, we develop an abstract. An abstract is a one-page document, or you can say it is a summary which tends to give a brief idea to the reader what this document contains. So whatever your research idea is, whatever documentation you are doing and presenting in the entire document, so all that summary should be presented in 150 to 300 words in this abstract. It highlights the objectives and the outcomes of your research, and it should be written in such a fashion that it arouses curiosity amongst the reader to read your entire proposal. It is just like a preface when you buy a novel. So you turn back and you read the abstract of the novel. If the abstract instigates you or inspires you, only then you buy the novel to read it. So the abstract is, it will give you a brief idea of what the entire document contains, and it should be such that it excites the readers to go through the entire document. It should also include what is the aim of doing this research, why you want to do this research, and what all methods you will adopt to carry out this research. Either you will visit various places, or you read documents, or you will watch documentaries. Maybe your research is into arts and drama, which will, for doing that, you need to watch a lot of movies of different languages, or you want to visit places around the globe. So what all methods you will adopt. Then what is your hypothesis? Like our hypothesis is why we want a triangular wheel. Then if we prove our hypothesis to be correct, or if we are able to design something, or if we are able to design a triangular wheel and it is successful, then what will be the effect of our proposal? Then after writing the abstract, then we come up with what all methods we are going to use. So either we are going to talk to people. That is a method in which I will, or the researcher will be personally involved in conducting interviews or focus group discussions, in which I will invite few people together from different domains. I will do a press conference, I will put up my questions, I'll try to seek answers from those people. Then the next method which I might adopt is, I might float Google Forms, I might conduct surveys, I might take polling from the people, I might ask them to do voting, and from the voting results I might conclude certain observations. Then another method is in which I remain as a dormant spectator and observe the things around me, and then I try to see. Suppose I want to develop a different kind of a dressing style. So in that case, what is my method or what methodology I will adopt? So I will go visit various places. I'll see what kind of dressing style that particular area people have, what all material or fabric they use, why they use that kind of an attire, what is the benefit of wearing that attire, what are the drawbacks behind that attire, everything. So there are various methods. So in my research proposal, I will include what method I will adopt. It can be a tentative method, but yes, the method has to be there, which will give an idea to the funding agency or to the people who I am presenting my proposal that yes, these are the certain steps or things which need to be followed to conduct this research. Then after putting in the methodology, you also need to put in what all expenses are there which you might incur or which you might encounter when you are conducting your research. So you need to put in, jot down a few broad categories, that whether you need to travel, so approximately what kind of expenses you might incur for traveling purpose, whether you need some expert input, so if you need to hire somebody, then what would be the fees that you would be paying to that person. If you need some assistant to carry out work, then what would be the charges you would pay to that assistant. If you want to buy certain equipments, if you want to buy certain softwares, what all requirements would be there, what is the cost of that software, what is the cost of that equipment. So what all the major categories you will find out and freeze for your research proposal, and you will prepare a tentative budget for your proposal. And you will also mention what is the timeline in which you will be able to complete the research. So suppose you will do all the research by sitting in the library or by using internet and by using technology. So for certain projects you need a time of approximately 3 to 4 months. In certain cases you need, if you are developing a software or you are developing a product, in that case from your idea you need to develop the prototype of that product, and you also need to test the viability and the usability of that product. So you need to mention in your project proposal that this much time I need or this much time is tentatively required for doing all the investigation and designing the product, and this much time period is required for testing the applicability and functionality of that product. So you need to mention all that. Then you also need to mention what is going, how the society is going to be benefited from whatever research you are doing. So either when we looked into the previous slides where we were talking about what a research is and why we need to delve into research, then there it came across again our main crux or our entire intention of doing a research is that we should either contribute to the knowledge domain, we should either come up with something which is not there, and or we should come up with a solution which benefits the society, or we should open up more areas in for future researchers which they can further take up and do the research. So what is the need why you want to do a research? Again, coming back to the same example, if my hypothesis was that I want a triangular wheel, then I need to mention in my research proposal why, what is the need of changing the existing design of the wheel. Then in that I need to mention that over the period of time what problems we are facing, or what is the need to rethink that we need to change the design of the wheel. So I need to establish that need also in my research proposal. So we have talked about, first there should be a title page, then there should be an abstract, then we should mention the methodology, then we should mention what is the need of the project research proposal, then we need to mention what would be the cost and the timeline of conducting that research proposal, then in the end we need to mention a bibliography, or you can say we need to mention a list where we need to acknowledge the people or the literature which we have studied to come up with the idea, and with the knowledge domain with which we have identified that this is the area where the gap exists and we need to investigate. So chronologically we prepare a list of bibliography at the end, and then we take up the research proposal and we go to various authorities. So our research proposal is a compendium, or you can say it is a manual which anybody XYZ, whether the person is in the research domain knowledge expert, or if the person is a general public person. So that person, when he or she goes through the manual, they can identify that yes, this is the idea which you want to research into or which you want to explore. This much is the time period in which you will be able to come up with a solution, and this is the cost that would be occurring when you carry out this research. So whichever funding agency or whichever knowledge domain person who has a little bit of knowledge in that area, they will be ready to accept or extend their technical skills to you. And also there are certain agencies which would help you or which would be interested in helping you with the funds, so that if they feel that the product or the idea which you are venturing into is of certain help to them, or they can further take up the research and use it for their company good, they will be coming forward to extend help to you in your terms. So what in monetary terms. So again, what you will gain at the end. First thing is, you are a researcher, you are a technical thinker, so it will enhance your knowledge domain. Secondly, it will give you a platform and an opportunity in which you can materialize your idea. Thirdly, it will also help you to conduct more research. Fourthly, if by chance you have a click, you can earn in dollars. If your idea is much liked by companies, they can purchase your idea, you can get it copyrighted, you can get it patented, you will get monetary benefits for your lifetime out of it. So all these are the various platforms which will help you to progress academically as well as economically when you present your research proposals. In the end, I would like to say that the research proposal should be crisp, it should be very fruitful, it should be so clear that it gives you it gives the reader a clear idea of what the final intention is. Because an idea, until and unless when it comes out in the form of either a book or in the form of a product, it is idea, it is in your mind. So for XYZ person to understand what you are imagining or what you are thinking is really difficult. So your message should be clear, it should be crisp, and it should be easy to understand. That's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone present here. Thank you so much for our guest, Dr. Aditi Arora, for your insight and for the organizing for your insight, and to the faculty members for making this event possible, and of course to a big thanks to all of you to attending. We appreciate your support, and thank you and have a nice day.